Good afternoon, everyone. This is your East Coast Weather Authority meteorologist, Alexander Bielfeld. Here's a look at CONUS right now. Excuse me. You can see severe weather event really not taking shape along the Carolinas and the Southeast as the previously expected. Um, and looking at storm reports for what has, as of 3 o'clock, really, there's no storm reports reported. So really, not really a significant, obviously, severe weather event today. But, as the afternoon goes on and into overnight tonight, we could get a few storms that could produce some gusty winds and some hail. So let's change our attention to the cold air that we are expecting. So here's our pattern, our official pattern switch coming in later this week. It's going to move through Friday into Saturday. And look at that first major lake effect event for eastern Lake Ontario and Lake Erie as it swings on by. It's going to be a 2-day event as our next system is going to come on through, which will be our potential nor'easter. Before we get to that, let's show you the temperatures and what we are expecting. Expecting that cool air to just settle in over this weekend and into next week and just sit in the eastern and central part of the U.S. But later on in the month, we could be seeing a bit of a warm up. Nothing crazy as the pattern obviously continues to flip back and forth before we are likely to switch back into the cool in sometime in December and stay in the cool as we are expecting throughout this winter. So let's go back to this nor'easter that we have been watching next week, early to middle next week. So this is the GFS. Now right now, this is where it has our low pressure system, the center of the low right now. It just doesn't make any sense to have it right here. We believe here that this is really the main energy piece that's going to swing on by. This trough is going to be a lot deeper and a lot stronger than a lot of people are expecting. It is only November, but we have in the past seen very strong November coastal storms where I'm from in New York back in I can't remember, but we had a very significant snowstorm on Thanksgiving. It was let's see, 2014-15 actually. Yeah, we had a very significant snowstorm on Thanksgiving. So it is not unheard of to hear snow at this time of the year. But dynamically right now the GFS is having an issue and is going to continue to have an issue until around, I would say, the end of the week into Saturday, where models are really going to grab hold of this system and really tell us where it's going to go. Precipitation type, obviously, afterwards will still be in question depending on the cold air. But we could be looking at our first major snow event for the I-95 corridor this year, which is only going to show things to come for this winter. One thing I do want to show is here is September to November, the fall of 2002 and 2002, if many of you guys have been following this. It's been a huge analog year. Here's precipitation. Notice how it's very wet in the eastern U.S. And wet falls are usually associated with very cold and snowy and stormy winters. So it's just something to keep an eye on, because if you look at what we've been expecting, or what we've seen, sorry, throughout this fall so far, or through October actually, you can see very wet pattern along the eastern U.S. That's it for now, guys. We're going to continue to update you on this potential nor'easter and what the winter will hold. Have a great night, and see you all on Thursday.